the message I'm hearing right now is keep going. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Do not stop, keep going, okay? There's a message of like you're up and down, right? Like you're back and forth about something. Maybe like you're scared to step into the unknown. You're scared to take a leap of faith into some direction. I feel like you're pursuing some sort of goal, dream of yours, like some sort of, aspiration that you have. And you're going for it, right? Like you're really excited about going for it. But then there's these moments where you doubt yourself, where the devil comes in, right? And starts to tell you these stories, these false narratives about, turn back, like this isn't a good idea, like what do you think you're doing, who do you think you are, like this is too scary, this is too much, whatever. And it's like this energy that's like trying to pull you back, right? Pull you back to the past, to your old identity. And the message I'm getting for you is just keep choosing your new life. Keep choosing your new life. Keep choosing your new identity. What does that mean? So every time that some sort of an old mindset shows up, or an old pattern shows up, or something that you're trying to move away from, like a version of yourself or your life or a thinking pattern that you're trying to move away from, right? Because you're trying to be this new person. You're trying to live this new life, this different life, which requires an upgrade in energy. It requires an upgrade in thinking. And so whenever something contradicts that and something is not aligned with this you, right? On good days, maybe you're like this, but on bad days, it's like you're the old version. So whenever these old parts of you show up again, maybe a situation happens in your life that triggers it, right? Like a harder situation that you jump back to comfort zone, old patterns. It is exactly in those moments when these experiences come up, these situations come up in life, is where you need to choose your new identity. You need to. Like, I'm getting that if you give in, in those moments and you react from the same place that you used to, you're reinforcing the old identity. Okay. And what you need to do is reinforce a new identity. And the way that you change and you upgrade in energy, the way that you shift into your new version, you reprogram yourself, right? The way that you do that is when you're faced with these old types of challenges and triggers, you act in a new way. You respond in a way that your new self would, even if it doesn't feel comfortable, okay? Even if it brings up a lot of fear for you, even if it's like, it feels like you're gonna die sometimes, right? You're like, this is too scary. Like, I can't speak up for myself in this point, I can't choose myself in this moment. Like, I can't think that way about my dreams. Like, I don't believe in myself right now. How am I supposed to show up? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care how delusional you feel in those moments. You have to come back to your truth. And guess what? This is your truth, not this. Just because this is familiar to you and this is something that you have like grown, used to, and this is comfortable for you and your nervous system feels safe or whatever, it's all an illusion. This isn't actual safety. This is just a mechanism that you function by because this is something that you have learned. Okay, it's a learned behavior. It's a programming. This isn't your truth. This is an outdated version of yourself. This is your truth because guess what? The person that you want to become, the life that you want to live, it's something that comes from your soul, right? It's something that comes from deep inside of you. You've tuned into yourself. You've asked yourself, who am I truly? What is this version of myself that I would like to experience? What is my dream reality? What kind of life do I truly want to live? What kind of experiences do I truly want to have? What kind of relationships do I want to have? How do I want to feel on a daily basis? So you've spent time, you've tuned in, and that feeling that you've identified with is your deeper truth. This is who you know yourself to be. This is who you know you can be. This is your greatest potential. This is your soul's truth. This is what your soul wants to experience. This is how your soul wants to express itself through you. That's why you have the desire. That's where the desire comes from for this new life, this new version, this new reality. Because you're done living in fear. You're done playing this character that you no longer are, that maybe served you for up until this point in your life. Maybe, it allowed you to accomplish certain things or to have certain life experiences that grew you and evolved you. But I feel like you've reached your cap, like you've maxed out and you're like, there's nothing more I can experience from this version of myself. All I keep doing is repeating the same experiences, feeling the same old shitty way, attracting the same types of people, living in the stagnant life. Things are boring. I'm ready for more. I'm ready to maximize. I'm ready to blow up, okay? I'm ready to just like see what else is out there. I'm ready to widen my horizons. And when you do that, when you widen your horizons and you step out of this energy here, it's gonna test you. You're gonna be triggered. This old shit is gonna try to come back and pull you back, you know, to keep you safe. Your ego is gonna try to protect you, your nervous system, whatever, you know? And this is why it's so important that in those moments that comes up, that you don't give in and respond from your old identity, but that you respond out of this new self, the new you. Okay, as hard as it is, you need to embody that energy. And another message that I'm getting is that whenever that false narrative comes up that tells you, you know, that who do you think you are? You're not good enough for this. I don't know, like, this isn't gonna work out. What if this doesn't work out? Oh my God, like I've invested so much time and effort into this. What if it doesn't work out? What if the same old pattern repeats from the past? What if I attract the same old bullshit that I used to attract before? What if nothing's even changing? What if none of this is even real? I don't know how dark your thoughts go, but it can go really dark. It's whenever those types of thoughts come up, it's to, as soon as you can, as soon as possible, to come back to your truth of what is the truth, okay? And the universe really wants me to remind you of what is the truth. Nothing that is based in fear, nothing that is based in lack and fear is true. That's just the truth of life, okay? The truth of life is love. It's love, freedom, abundance, okay? Joy, bliss. That is your true nature. That is who you are at your core. That's who we all are. That is source energy. Anything opposite of that, any negative thought, any lack mentality, any belief that you can't, anything that keeps you small, that keeps you not believing yourself, that tells you that you can't have something, just know that that is never going to be your truth. That is never the truth. That is you being sucked into the illusion of separation. That is you being sucked into this ego identity, the old identity, okay? So as quickly as you can, try to remind yourself and bring yourself back home. Bring yourself back home. Come back home to yourself. Remind yourself of your truth. I am divine. I am abundance. I create my own reality. I have the power to create my own reality. The universe has my back. I am supported. I am guided. This is my soul's purpose. This is where I'm being called. I wouldn't have this desire if it wasn't meant for me. I wouldn't, have this calling. I wouldn't have this passion. I wouldn't have this excitement. I wouldn't have this motivation if it wasn't destined for me. Okay? You remind yourself, you affirm to yourself of the truth, because this old pattern will try to suck you back in. That's just the process of change and upgrading. Okay? You're moving out of illusion. You're moving into your truth, into your soul's calling. And this is your breakthrough. Okay, this is your breakthrough where you're pushing through all of those blocks and limitations. And I have a lot of videos on like getting out of your comfort zone and why you feel so uncomfortable whenever your dream's about to come true, and whenever you're about to experience a miracle, like why you're feeling this energy of like things aren't actually working out. So just check out those other videos because I go into more detail about that. But this message is simply just you breaking through those fears and remembering who you truly are and choosing the new life for yourself and the new version of you and the new identity in every single moment of your life, especially when you're being tested. And this is you, acting as is, like as the energy of that which you want to become. This is manifestation. This is consciousness in creation. Like this is how you create your own reality, is by in consciousness being that new person. So if I wanted to work on my self-worth and I wanted to be a person, which this is something that I'm working on, I want to be somebody who has a high sense of self-worth. I know my worth and I don't entertain, things that are less than what I deserve, right? Like I don't entertain treatment that's disrespectful, and I have boundaries and I'm choosing myself and I love myself. And that's just something that I'm working on, is like showing up as somebody who knows her worth, as a worthy, valuable woman. That's the energy. That's like one version of myself that I'm becoming. And so when I'm being tested in any moment of life where somebody talks to me in a disrespectful way, or I sense myself getting attached to someone and I'm giving them a little bit too much power over my emotions, and I'm seeing this old pattern come up, or somebody is doing something that's quite shitty and an old version of me might have allowed it and entertained it, but I realize like, ooh, this doesn't feel good for me. My intuition's telling me something's off here. I tune into myself and I ask, okay, well, the older version of me would have just went with it because that's what I used to do. But what would a version of me who knows her worth do in this situation? And even though I'm not ready to do that, I don't feel comfortable doing it. I'm not necessarily 100% naturally that person yet, right? I still have old programming. I'm still working through those blocks and fears and insecurities and attachments and trauma. But I'm being provided with an experience where it is my time to shine. It is my time to step into the version of me who knows her worth. So I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it nervous and shaking, but I'm going to tell that person what I need to tell them, or I'm going to do what is required of me to do because I'm exemplifying what a person who knows her worth would do. And I just ask myself, what would a person who knows her worth do in that? Would she do this or would she do that? And this is what I'm talking about. This is the little choice in every moment of life that you're making that aligns you with your ideal version, your new identity, the person you're trying to become. How would they react? How would they respond? And you do it. And it's uncomfortable, but it's a ripple effect, because when you act out of that place of empowerment, then you attract more experiences that are more elevated and aligned with your new energy, right? And then so you deal less and less and less with that disrespectful energy. And this is the process of change. This is the process of transformation. And it's in the little moments of life, okay? It's not just you visualizing and dreaming away and scripting your new identity. This is the inspired action part of manifestation. This is the being proactive part of manifestation. This is where you actually implement and integrate the new you into this life experience. This is you living that person. This is you being that person. Do you understand? Like, it's not just you envisioning and dreaming and I'm just hoping to manifest. This is you becoming and being and embodying that energy. And of course, the more that you embody that energy, the more natural it is, the more easy it is, and the more it just is you. And then the more your physical environment starts to reflect that new energy to you. So you start to attract people that actually do value you and know your worth and match that which you are. So that's just kind of the process. And this was the message for you today, that you need to just continue to choose your new identity and your new life in every single moment, and don't stop. Okay, just keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up. When things get hard, just remember your truth. Remember that those voices that are telling you that this is going to fail or it's not going to work out, it's an illusion. It's not real. It's ego. It's whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Call it whatever, but just know it's not the truth. This is not the truth, the truth, divine truth of life, of who you are. You are consciousness. You are God manifested in physical form. And you have the power of creation. You can create anything that you desire. Okay? You can. And especially if your soul desires something, that's because your soul wants to experience it. That's not an accident. There is no accident that you want something really badly and it's not meant for you. It's like, why would your soul, like, the way your soul speaks to you is through desire and intuition and a few other things. But one of the main ones is feeling. And it's desire. Like, it planted a desire inside of you because that was something that you were meant to go towards. And on your path to fulfilling that desire, you evolve as a soul, right? You evolve. And that's the point, that you're here to evolve. You're here to expand. Be bigger. Be in your big energy. Okay, so that is your message for today. Let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you, what it is that you're working on. If you want to share, like, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, just claiming this in the comments below, affirming that, I step into my power. I am a powerful being. I am God manifested into physical form. I have creative abilities, and just whatever you need to do to empower yourself. Words are really powerful, especially when you put it out there, in public. It just makes it solidifies it even more. So go ahead and put it in the comments. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I will leave the link to that below. And thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your support. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.